For me, it's definitely the architecture and the power of this modern architecture through the 20th century. I always have a central point of view, and that the churches are always empty. So my goal is just to create a sort of feeling so that people can, immerse themselves in the architecture.
Thibauld Poirier seeks out modern churches around the world for his photo series Sacred Spaces. Like Notre Dame de Travail in Paris.
It's original, it's different from anything you could have seen, and also it has this visual impact with the difference of materials, with the wood, the steel. The lighting is very interesting, and it represents the workers of that era. So it also has a very emotional impact, I think, on the whole neighborhood. Yeah.
This perspective presents the architecture in the best possible light.
And yeah, you see in this one, what's really beautiful is the pillars that are all aligned. So you really want them to be popping out of the photo. So in that way, the architecture speaks for itself. There's no distractions. It's always the same angle. And when you put them all next to each other, they're all very different, but you get a cohesive feeling of all the different churches.
Thibauld Poirier lives in Paris. He discovered his passion for modern churches 4 years ago. Since then, he's photographed 36 of them in Europe and Asia.
The most difficult part is finding them, because when you start the series, basically you start from zero, and there's a few that are kind of famous, but most of them are not. So it's mainly finding all the churches in the remote spaces. So you would maybe never pass by, and you would actually not imagine what this is. Like maybe offices, but not really. Maybe a museum.
This is Notre Dame de l'Arche de l'Alliance, a cube-shaped church on the outskirts of Paris.
What a church is can vary very radically, and I think they reinterpreted what a church is with the architecture, because a church is fairly basic in its use. There's the central part that's always there, and then basically people sit around it.
Thibaud's approach is always the same. He looks around, chooses a point of view, and takes a single shot. That's it. At home, he makes only minor corrections to the image. Most of the work is already done. Thibauld is actually an interior designer, and for him, photography is just a hobby. Yet his photo series have attracted attention around the globe. Like his project Sleeping Venice from 2018. He was able to capture almost surreal-looking images of the city on the Venetian lagoon. Venice without the madding crowds. Since 2015, Poirier has also been taking pictures of libraries around the world. This photo series is his most famous work to date.
It's a specific space that everybody understands. Libraries or churches, everybody's been there at least once in their lives. And they were made for a specific reason. And so what I really find interesting, how these architects have, created, these different buildings, but with the same purpose.
One of Thibauld Poirier's favorite churches is Notre Dame de la Salette in Paris. He feels that the round concrete structure emanates a sense of tranquility.
I guess I'm a pretty calm guy. I mean, I like it when I'm alone in these spaces, because you actually get to experience the architecture in a very different way. It's just it seems like it's been built just for you, and you're there, and you can witness it for however you perceive it. And then in the photos, people can imagine themselves in the picture.
Thibauld Poirier's photo series Sacred Spaces, a testament of faith in the power of modern architecture.